Right now in the world of artificial intelligence, we're in the middle of a gold rush. I mean, it's a scramble and it's defined by these numbers that are just so huge. Money itself is starting to feel, well, a little meaningless. So today, we're going to trace that money from insane salaries to billion-dollar contracts to figure out what on earth is actually happening.
All right, let's just start with one number, $100 million. What do you think that is? The budget for a new lab? Maybe what you'd pay to buy a small tech company? Nope. What if I told you this wasn't for a company or a building or anything you can even touch? Yeah, that number, $100 million bucks, is reportedly the price tag for one single AI researcher. That's the kind of signing bonus Meta is apparently throwing around to poach the best people from rivals. And this isn't just some wild rumor. This is a real tactic in an all-out war for the smartest people in the room. And that brings us to our first big theme here. This is an unprecedented talent gold rush. It's not so much about the code anymore, it's about the very few people on Earth who can actually write it at this level. And companies are willing to pay, well, pretty much anything to get them. And look, this isn't just some whisper in Silicon Valley. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, he went on a podcast and confirmed it. He said Mark Zuckerberg is personally emailing his top researchers with these massive offers to lure them over to Meta. Altman's own take on it? It's crazy. So what this really shows is a fundamental clash of strategies, a battle between two different philosophies. Altman is basically arguing that Meta's whole approach, just focusing on giant upfront cash, can't build a legendary team. He's betting that his people will stay for the mission, the chance to actually deliver on superintelligence, and the idea that OpenAI could become way more valuable in the long run because of that. And this isn't just some theory, right? We have a perfect case study. Take Noam Brown, a top expert in AI reasoning. He actually left Meta to go to OpenAI last year. He met with all the big players, and he chose OpenAI because of the work and the resources, even though he said out loud that it was financially not the best option. It's a real-world example of mission beating money. For now, and to give you a sense of just how fast this is all moving, think about this. Just a month ago, a $20 million package was considered the absolute peak, totally extreme. Today, we are talking about confirmed offers that are 5 times bigger. The definition of extreme is changing by the week. But this gold rush isn't just about digging for people. It's also about staking out and claiming new territory. Which brings us to OpenAI making a huge play in a very different, and let's be honest, very lucrative world, the US military. So here's our next big number, $200 million. That's the value of OpenAI's first ever direct contract with the Pentagon. This is a massive, massive strategic pivot for the company. Now, to really get how significant this is, you just have to look at the timeline. In early 2023, OpenAI had a flat-out ban on using its tech for military and warfare. Total ban. By October, that policy had softened. The new line was just no harm and no weapons. And now? They've signed a major contract to bring their best AI straight to the Department of Defense. That is an incredibly fast evolution into the defense world. And the way this deal is being framed is just fascinating. If you read OpenAI's announcement, it's all about these really safe, unobjectionable things. Better healthcare for soldiers, cleaning up data, cybersecurity. But the Pentagon, well, they were a little more direct. They're talking about tackling critical national security challenges in, and I'm quoting here, warfighting domains. It's the same deal, but two very, very different ways of talking about it. This direct deal also brings up a huge strategic question. Remember, Microsoft is OpenAI's biggest partner, and they already have a massive business with the government. So by going straight to the Pentagon, is OpenAI starting to compete with its most important ally? That's a really critical power dynamic we need to watch. Okay, so in any gold rush, you know the old saying, right? Some of the biggest winners aren't the ones digging for gold. They're the ones selling the picks and shovels. Well, in the AI gold rush, the shovels are access to the AI models themselves. And a new price for them is starting to emerge. And that new price, that new standard, seems to be $200 a month. What seemed like a crazy price just a little while ago is quickly becoming the go-to number for premium AI services. OpenAI did it, their main rival Anthropic did it, and now other hot AI startups are jumping on board. The latest to adopt this price is a company called Cursor. It's an AI-powered code editor, and its growth has been, well, just explosive. People are calling it one of the fastest-growing startups, maybe ever, and its valuation is just off the charts. I mean, just look at this. A couple of weeks ago, Cursor raised money at a valuation of almost $10 billion. Today, right now, it's reportedly getting new offers that would double that to nearly $20 billion. The speed of that growth is what's really blowing people's minds. Okay, so let's just step back for a second. We have $100 million signing bonuses for people. We have 9-figure defense contracts for new territory. We have startups doubling in value in a matter of weeks. After following all this money, what does it all actually mean? I think this quote really just captures the whole thing perfectly. Pretty soon, we are just going to start using made-up numbers because billions seem to have no meaning anymore. When you trace the money, from the battle over talent to the race for new markets to the price of the tools themselves, it's clear this isn't just about a new piece of tech. We are literally watching the foundation of a brand new economy get built in real time. An economy where the old rules about what money is worth, they just might not apply anymore. Thanks for watching.